Wow, you have built some quadrilaterals here. What are these quadrilaterals called?
Squares.
Can you tell me what you know about squares?
All the sides are equal.
Good. Is there any other thing you know about the square?
The angles equals to a right angle.
Each of the angles is a right angle.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. So two of them are squares, right? So let's see.
Right angle.
It's a right angle. Right angle.
Yes. Right angle.
Right angle. Right angle. So all the angles in a square are right angles.
Yes.
Okay. What do we call this space here?
Surface or area.
What do we call all the sides together?
A perimeter.
The perimeter. Okay. Suppose I have a line going across the square like this. What do we call this line?
A diagonal.
Okay. Suppose I have another line going across the square like this. What do we call this line?
Diagonal.
A diagonal. Now let's fix the diagonals and see what happens to the square. Okay. Now fix the diagonals. Now look at it. What do you think the diagonal has done to the square? Let me do this first. Does this square have any diagonal?
No.
But this has diagonals, right?
Yes.
Now look at what I'm going to do. Now look at this. What happened?
It's
This
collapsed.
This square collapsed. And this square stayed.
It's stable.
Yes. Why do you think this is stable?
Because the diagonal is used to
Okay.
stabilize.
Good. Because of the diagonals.
Yes.
Yes. So the diagonals help to stabilize the polygon. Now let's get this one that is collapsed. This square is collapsed. Now, what is the shape?
A rhombus.
Yes, the square has collapsed to become a rhombus. Now you know what? A rhombus also has a square. A rhombus also has diagonals.
Yes.
Okay? And you can see, what do you notice about the sides of the rhombus?
They are equal.
They have equal sides. All the sides are equal
Yes.
in the rhombus. Okay. And as I said, just like the square has diagonals, a rhombus also has diagonals. Look at what I'm going to do. So we're going to put a diagonal this way. Before we put the diagonal, let's look at the angles that the rhombus has. What do you think about these angles?
They are obtuse angles.
Yes, this angle is an obtuse angle, and this one that is opposite to is obtuse angle. What about this angle? What do you think?
This acute angle.
And here,
Acute
acute angle. So we see that in the square, all the angles are the same, right?
Yes.
Have right angles. In the rhombus, we have 2 obtuse angles and 2 acute angles. Okay, now we can place our diagonal. Let's place. Suppose we have this diagonal. Okay. What do we call this line from this angle to?
Diagonals.
This is a diagonal.
Yes.
Okay. Let's put another diagonal from here to here. This is another diagonal.
Yes.
So we notice here that in the rhombus, the diagonals are different.
Yes.
We have a shorter diagonal. We call this the minor diagonal.
Minor diagonal.
Yes. Then we have a longer diagonal, and we call this the major diagonal.
Major diagonal.
Yes. Whereas in the square, all the diagonals are the same.
Yes.
So show me the minor diagonal in the rhombus.
Minor diagonal.
Show me the major diagonal.
The major diagonal.
Okay. What do we call this?
The minor diagonal.
And the
Major diagonal.
okay. Now suppose I do this. I extend the rhombus further. So what has happened? The diagonals don't fit anymore. Can you see?
Yes.
Now this diagonal is too long for the new rhombus. And this diagonal also is too long now for the new rhombus. So the diagonals don't fit anymore. Can see?
Yes.
So that's another thing about the rhombus. The diagonals can vary. Whereas in the square, the diagonals are always the same. They don't vary.